Jax fucking died and Kane is alive.
Well, that's the way to start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel.
Hey, you got the title as the warning. And
yeah, you really did. You really did.
What were you expecting?
Yeah, it's very true. So, if you aren't picking up what I'm putting down, considering I'm in the same outfit as I was for our one analysis video, or movie analysis of The Amazing Digital Circus Final Act in theaters with no spoilers, you have walked in to the spoiler video.
Yes.
And we've got a lot to say.
A lot. Oh my
hell of a
god.
lot.
Do you just want to walk through it?
I mean, we can, but first, before we do, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that way you can get more wild adventures like this with me and others like Cesar Andrade right here. And then, of course, if you do want to see a fully uncut, behind the scenes, only exclusive to Patreon type version of these videos, be sure to check out my Patreon, the official EVSA Studios Patreon, right here or down in the description box below. And now with all of that being said, let's go ahead and start this. Now that we are in the nitty-gritty.
Yes. Let's just start at the end of episode 8, right? So...
yeah.
Kane is dead.
Kane is dead.
Kane is dead. And literally it starts right after Zubul has said, oh, Tish, right? And right afterwards. And right after, all of our characters are like trying to cope with this event that just happened of Kinger accidentally deleting Kane.
And that like, again, if you've seen the other video, this is not a spoiler.
No.
That is not a spoiler. That's the only non-spoiler thing you will probably get in this video.
Yeah.
So again, well, I was gonna say turn away now, but you kind of already ruined it in the beginning.
Thumbnail and the title.
Yeah.
It said spoiler.
And you know what? Like, I'm gonna let this sit. At least because this is another thing I talked about with the puppy playtime thing. I'm like, let this video sit. It's obviously gonna come out a couple of days after.
Yeah. So
it's like when everyone has fully taken in the ending and everything happening.
Why are you clicking on this video if you haven't seen it?
It's for real. At this point, I'm like...
This is your fault.
You just like spoilers, don't you?
This is on you. It's not on me.
No, not at all.
Don't blame me.
Because I'm like, I already put all that... It is what it is.
Well, look up your name on whatever social media website you use. That's who's at fault.
Wow! We, as we all know, are watching... episode 8 first for the first 30 minutes.
Yes.
And then the next hour is nothing but episode 9.
Yeah.
To kind of go, I know we said we wanted to go episode 8, but let's actually talk about exactly what we saw in that theater.
True.
Because there was some things that we weren't expecting to see. And one of the biggest ones, because we mentioned it in the last one, if we may have left it in. I don't know if we did or not. But if you didn't know what we were talking about, y'all remember the really, in my opinion, creepy shark that just comes up to your face?
He's a fish.
Oh, he's a fish?
He's a fish.
Oh, I thought he was a shark.
He's a fish.
Well, he's a fish. But that's voiced by Zach Hadel.
Amazing.
That man is everywhere. Just like Michael Kovac.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't apparent of them saying, hey, no spoilers, they added a very comedic message done by the amazing Zach Hadel, Golden Fish.
Oh my god.
He had a name, didn't he? I can't remember.
No, it was just Fish Guy from episode 7.
Fair! That's what it was! Okay.
That's all it was.
Because I'm like, I know they put his name in the credits, but I did not comprehend. I was like, what was his name? I don't think he has a name. Like, he don't got a name. But we did get a message. And I hope, again, at the time of this recording, we literally went from spoiler-free to spoilers. Yeah. Because we just watched it yesterday. So that was, what, 6-4? This is 6-5 at the time of recording. And we all knew. Because even when, you usually get the usual things on a movie theater of them saying, hey, silence your cell phones. Don't be recording. Like, let's let everyone enjoy the movie. Like, be in the moment. We got another one. By the talking fish.
Oh my god.
And it was great. It was great. I hope they put it on YouTube.
Dude.
They being glitched. Not any of those spoilers, peoples. Keep that to yourself until this releases.
When Zach Hadel said, yeah, I was dead for like 4 minutes, and all I saw was darkness. Why doesn't God want me? That was so
I
good.
didn't even know what was going on because everyone kind of like, for me, I was sitting there like, what is happening? What is going on?
I enjoyed every minute of that. It's just straight up like 2 minutes.
It is.
2 minutes of like Zach Hadel just being Zach.
And then at the very end, he's just like, don't leave.
Don't leave.
Don't go.
Don't go.
Please don't go. And I'm like, what is this? What? But yeah, but he, like, if anything, he does the spoilers thing. If anyone hasn't already seen episode 8 by the time they're in the freaking theater, which if you haven't, I mean, I don't blame you, especially if you're wanting to kind of still go in completely blind. But TADC is everywhere.
Yeah.
How would you be able to miss it?
Yeah.
Like, but him saying he's like, well, yeah, like, I'm doing it because, Kane died. And he would have been doing this. But, now I'm doing it. I'm like, everyone was laughing. It was so funny.
So
everyone was having such a good time. Good. Everyone was laughing, and it was great.
Yeah.
And then after he tells us, don't go, don't leave, and he fades away, then we get Kane, because at this point, he's not dead.
Yeah.
And he's explaining the whole recap, just in case none of y'all actually did a recap before you went to the theater.
Yeah.
But actually, leave it in the comments if y'all actually went on your own time to watch all of the episodes until episode 8, because you're going to watch it later that night. Like, leave it in the comments if you did. Like, put the little hand emoji, like, oh yeah, I did. Because we did.
Yeah.
We definitely did. We were dissecting everything. And actually found out a lot of things that could have possibly meant what we were going to see in the end.
Oh, they did spoil the ending in the pilot, by the way.
Oh, they did. They absolutely did. Like, again, if you go back from what you saw as in episode 9, if you go back from then to then the pilot and go all the way through, you will literally be like, wow, it was right there in my face.
Yep.
And even before then, even before we went into the movie, I was literally like, I didn't see that in the episode, and now I see it here in episode 5 or whatever, and I'm like, I wonder if they're still going to do that. And they freaking did. Yeah. They so freaking did. And amazing writing. Peak writing. Honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kane goes through everything, and his own Kane way in explaining the story, talking about, like, the episode that we came into, episode 7, or, the last episode for him, and it's like, yeah, like, I made this adventure for them that they didn't seem to like it, and, I didn't do anything as far as, pulling strings or anything, and don't believe what they said, because they don't know what they're talking about, and I was like, And then we get into episode 8. So then, obviously, everyone has seen episode 8. If you haven't, again, why are you here?
Yeah.
Like, you just love spoilers. You just love spoiling it for yourself. So I'm just like, or you really just don't care. And and maybe this is going to be something that you're going to be like, you know what? Now I'm interested. Now I'm going to go through all of it. But I don't see the fun in that. My husband does. Pablo Aguilar art. He likes that for some odd reason. But hey, that's the way he does it. I don't do that. I don't think you do either.
No.
Yeah. Like, no spoilers in this house.
I only don't care about spoilers if it's something that I'm not gonna, like, personally consume. Right.
Fair.
Like, if it's a game I'll never play, then, like, yeah, tell me about it.
Fair. I think the only thing that I've ever done where it was like, I'm going to see spoilers either way is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Yeah.
And it's only because I have never played the game. I've never read the story. I knew basically the summary, the synopsis of all of it, but I never delved into it as deep.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, it was like, Is this what we're taking inspiration from? Is this as dark as I think it's going to be? And that's how I got into Digital Circus. Because I was like, what is the background? Because, in all fairness, I really didn't even get into the Digital Circus when I first saw, the pilot. I just thought it was like, no, what the hell is this? And then also seeing the teeth with the eyes, I'm like, this is...
I don't think I ever told you, but I watched it with my kids.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it in the classroom.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There were a couple of students that were sitting, like, in a group watching The Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm just like, what is this? And then one of them explained it to me, and they were only, like, 2 minutes in, and I was just like, rewind it.
I'm like, let's put it up on the projector.
Yeah, it was when I had given them free time, and I was like, okay. Cool. And I just sat there, and I'm like, that was really good.
He's a good teacher over here. He's a real good teacher. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All your kids love you.
Yes, they do.
But either way, you know what makes me laugh? Is the simple fact that on your streams, on your channel, you curse like a sailor.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm like, yeah, you're a teacher
Yeah.
of little kids.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yes.
But I think that's also something that's a thing with any teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Professionalism.
yeah, like you gotta be professional here,
Mm-hmm.
but then out here, swear.
I can say whatever the frick I want.
Yeah, good boy. Don't take that into any. Like, that is a bubble reference. If you have seen episode 8 or no, episode 7, because that's the beach episode.
I was
what I'm
gonna
saying.
say the daddy bubble thing, but I'm like, no,
No.
that's not appropriate.
With episode 8, we all know what happened. We all know that everyone is trying to cope after finding out that the one way that they thought they'd be able to leave is fake, and it was just an adventure.
Yeah.
They're trying to cope. Everyone's coming to, well, more so Pomni has said, we're going to come to the conclusion, we need to stop trying to go. We need to just live with what we have, because there's probably not going to be an exit, and you know what? We just got to live with that.
Yeah, we have to give up on the possibility of leaving.
Exactly. Versus Kane, who's freaking the hell out in his office, and basically becomes Am from I Have No Mouth. And that still, even in theaters, gave me chills. Because, like, again, the voice acting is phenomenal. It is amazing. I've said it before. I said it in the last video. If you can portray your emotions through your voice as a voice actor, you are doing a damn good job. And they do it. They deliver. All of them deliver. And we will touch up on this for the rest of the video.
Yes.
Because amazing. But we go through that. He goes on his trip. We get a musical number, and I really like the musical number.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that in the theater no one's saying it. Like, no one's saying anything. I was like, you know, for TADC fans, y'all kind of suck.
I hummed it.
I did too.
Yeah.
But maybe it was also because it was late, considering that we saw the movie at the latest showing, because that was the only one available. Again, this sold out freaking quick.
Yeah, it was the only showing. I think there were like 3 by the time I bought the tickets. I bought it like day was announced, right? Maybe a little after, when it was where we live. It was just 1 theater, and then it expanded to 3, and then the closest one to where we live, I ended up pulling that one up, and they only had like a showing in the evening, late evening, and then like even later than that, right? I think they had a midnight showing for it, right?
Well, I mean, we got out at midnight.
That's why.
So it was like...
And so I was like, okay, cool. So I bought the tickets like as soon as I could, and it was like day of announcement, little like few hours after the post had been made, right? And it just expanded. Now there are like way more showings for the movie, and then also there are way more theaters that are showing it. Like Regal picked it up, Maya picked it up, and then Fathom, which is the one that we went to, ended up picking it up as well. And so a lot of theaters ended up showing this one, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the last video, it was the whole thing of they made numbers just on the first day. Again, we're recording it the day after, because if no one knew that there were Thursday showings, like, but they're usually late.
Yeah.
And then Friday's the grand premiere of the movie. That's a lie. Little movie hint, a little movie tip. Usually you can find any movie that you're really, really wanting to see a day before. So that'd be Thursday for Friday releases, or Tuesday for Wednesday releases, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So we saw it before anyone. And again, there was a lot of people. And yeah, they did numbers. Last time I checked, it was like 7 million. And that was this morning. And we're recording at night, because that's usually what Caesar likes to do. He likes to record at night. But I checked, it was like 7 million sold. And that's just in the U.S. Because we are in the U.S. But there's other places in the world that we have no idea how much more that they made just on opening night. So, with that being said, and a lot of people, like, especially, for example, Pablo Aguilar Art, my husband, he had said, I don't see it being a big thing. That's probably another reason why Glitch has gone through the ringer as far as trying to get their movie out. Because it's like, okay, who are we selling this to? I see that you have like this many views on your YouTube, but what's that saying that's actually 400 million people and not just 100 people watching it over and over and over and over?
Also, that number you said of 7 million, that's pre-sales. Those are people who bought the tickets before the movie actually released. The projections are anywhere from minimum, they're going to make 12 million opening weekend, up to 30.
Woo! Damn.
It's a successful project all around. Mm-hmm. Right.
And I will probably show the number of how much it has sold here on the screen, so that way we can see exactly where they stand and where they are. But holy cow, it is crazy.
Yes.
So, with all that being said, the story of episode 8, which we've already seen, nothing new. But then let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of what no one has seen yet, or hopefully you have seen now, because again, by the time of posting, you get what I mean. With episode 9, I did not expect it to open that way.
I did.
No, because I'm here thinking in episode 8, they cut when Zubul says holy, and then black. I was not expecting to see that. I was expecting it to still pick up where that was. But no.
Oh, you mean the intro?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
No, I didn't expect that. I just thought it was going to lead on.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, it's just going to lead on, because they probably just cut it right there, and then it just goes right into the conflict. But no. They made it, I feel like they made that sting even worse. Because then they do the opening.
Yep.
That we all know. Without Kane and Bubble. And no, it did not go to the full, full song. Because obviously in the full song, from what we know, that's when Pomni comes in. And they go through it. You don't hear the, "Hi, my name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster." You don't hear that. It's just the curtains, the camera pan down to the circus grounds, and then here comes, "You've got Gangle and Zubul and who I don't know who they start off with, but it's them singing it, but the characters also look scared out of their minds.
Yeah.
And that's putting it lightly. Because scared was the only word I could think of at that point, but it's just like, there's probably another word that you could probably say.
Oh,
that they were. There you go.
Easily they were traumatized.
It was like, because they're sitting there, they're going through like the thing, and they're not waving or anything like that. They're just, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? And then instead of having cough mode, they do put Pomni, but then the one thing that was very chilling, and I noticed it the first time that I watched the pilot, I'm sure you did as well, the whole day after day after day after day, and it kept going and going, and then it got distorted, it started turning gray, and then we pick up with our characters. And I'm like, whoa, that's chilling. It's so freaking, so at that point I'm like, Kane is dead.
Yeah.
Kane and Bubble are dead.
Yeah.
They're gone. No longer there.
Yeah, the movie, it's crazy that it just opens up with Jackson Kinger making out for 10 minutes straight. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month! But either way, I did not expect it to be as chilling as I thought that they were going to do it.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to pick it up. And no, they made it even worse.
Yeah.
And I say worse because it's not that the animation's bad or anything. It's the story. They made it worse because it's like, oh.
It's because of the animation that it felt so much heavier.
Well, yeah but. EVSA.exe is not working. What happened was, I'm not saying it's bad as in it's bad writing.
Yeah.
Or it's bad animation. It felt bad because it's just the pit in your stomach just gets worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, just digging that knife in even more, just, oh my gosh, was so freaking chilling. And then we get to basically what we already know. Again, from the trailer. The lines of, "Are you sure?" And now we have nothing. And obviously it's all down, and you see it fully of how that scene actually panned out. And Kinger said something about, he was fighting me. He was fighting me, and I accidentally went to the wrong program, or I can't remember what he said, but he's like, I went to the wrong program, or it switched on me. I don't know. And that pulls in the theory that you had with the blue AI that Kane consumed in the beginning of episode 8, because keep that in mind. That's the reason why they probably have it there. Animation is not accidental. It's purposeful. So, here we are, and everyone's there, and Kinger's like, oh, well, this happened, and everyone's freaking out. And then Kinger says, brain scans. I found a folder with brain scans. And instantly, everything clicks. Not just for the characters, but for the audience.
Yeah.
Anyone who had that theory that these characters were not real was correct.
Yep.
And that broke a lot of people. That, like, the audience was kind of just like, again, still silent. Because it's almost like, I could, like, if anything, I feel like the audience more so did a, what? Because...
I knew it.
Yes, you did. Because he actually did call it out when we were rewatching it before we went into the theater. It was episode 5. Yeah, it was episode 5, where when when Zubul, talking about her girlfriend, when...
Spoiler!
I'm sorry! When Zubul...
We're not there yet.
I know we're not there yet. When Zubul was saying, talking to Kane, well, why not just let us leave it and leave the adventures open? Let us go whenever we want. And then Kane says...
Kane turns to Bubble and says, did you hear that? The Toy Box character wants to let the other AI roam free around the circus.
Disgusting! I had to. That's what I was like, I had to do that. Oh, gosh. Hello. I thought, when I first heard that, I was like, the other AI, what AI is he talking about? Is he talking about the ones that he's made, like Gummy Goo, like Mildenhall, like, is it maybe them? But no, they spoiled it for us in episode 5. We just didn't see it. We as the audience, we as the fandom, actually I'm not a part of fandom, but we as a collective did not see it coming. And then all of a sudden it happened. And the one that took this heavily to heart was Jax. Because then he's like, oh, okay. So, Zubul, maybe you are the amazing tattoo artist and amazing bartender. Like, that's what you are. And Pomni, maybe you are the accountant. You're a great accountant and everything like that. You're getting all your YouTube done and I believe it was Ragatha who was like, just calm down, please. Just calm down.
It was... Oh, yeah, it was Ragatha.
Because, it was her.
Well, it was either between Pomni or Ragatha. One of them was getting everybody to just calm down. Because Jax is going off.
He is.
Because he's also going off about, the Kinger claim, right?
Because the biggest thing that he was thinking was, oh, well, I get reprimanded for calling out that the last adventure was obviously fake. And I get charged for it. But what about Kinger? He deleted Kane. Now we have nothing. Like, he's not getting anything? And he didn't say anything about himself.
Yeah.
It was very heavily implied with how he was pointing at Kinger, like, oh, so what about him?
Yeah, he gets to get away with
like, he's getting away with this? Like, what?
Yeah.
And that's easily a...
I think he did say, it's just like, he's done something so much worse than I have ever done.
Did he?
I feel like he might have. I don't know. I might be making that up in my head, but that's the implication. Right?
That is definitely the implication.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, whew. Yeah. And honestly, with the trailer, that's kind of what I was thinking that was going to happen. I was like, he's going to go off.
Yeah.
He's going to go off. He's going to say something about how, oh, well, Kinger did this, yet you're looking at me and I'm the bad guy. Like, everything that I do is bad. But it is. Because Jax, you do not understand that you keep doing all of this. You keep doing this and this and this. Harassing Gangle, harassing Zubul. Harassing.
Sucks.
He does!
He sucks.
As I've said, I do not like Jax. I will try my hardest to be there and be like, okay, sure. I may see your point of view of, yeah, he's probably going through some... They all are, in all fairness. But I cannot... His actions, I cannot. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I just can't. Because he took no accountability. Kinger did. He said, I might have accidentally killed Kane. And the thing is, that is completely different than what he did in the beginning of the 8th episode of, well, hate to say it, guys, but I...
Yeah, told you so. But that's when Zubul cuts him off and be like, don't you dare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we were all in that moment because it was just like, bro, shut up.
Not the time.
Like,
Read
not
the
at all.
Yeah.
Read the freaking room.
Yeah.
There is a difference between what Kinger did versus what Jax always has been doing.
And then, also, to add on top of that, Kinger instantly started to try to fix things. He literally, like, he knows how to conjure, so he starts rebuilding the circus, right? Like, he isn't trying to be like, oh, but it was a mistake and this and that. No. Instead, I deleted him.
And I'm going to take action to fix it.
And he instantly starts taking action. And you could argue part of it is just kind of like, well, it's not unhealthy that he's like not helping anybody cope through it. But it's probably because he knows that he is not the best person for that job, right?
Probably.
Who is the best person for that job? There are two people in particular. That's Ragatha and that's Pomni. He's going to let them be the one to console everybody. But...
Unfortunately...
Ragatha was unconsolable, dude. That was really hard to see.
It was. Because even with Pomni just trying to be the big therapist, if you will, and it's just like, hey, come here. Because at that point, after the whole thing happened where everyone was just going at it and everyone was, and mainly Jax, but everyone disperses. Gangle leaves. Yeah, because Gangle leaves.
So
Jax leaves.
I wanna delve into it a bit more.
With Ragatha?
No, just in general, right? So Pomni is trying to walk around, console anybody she possibly can, right? And then she tries to walk over to Jax, but Jax is already walking away. She turns to everybody else who is honestly in a much worse state.
Yep.
And then I want to point out, it's not that Gangle is walking away. She tries to hold Zubul's hand and walk away with her.
That's right.
But Zubul just was in shock, and she just stood there. She did not move.
She was like stone still, like would not move whatsoever.
Yeah. And
that was something that broke Gangle even more.
Yeah. And that's what caused Gangle to walk in an opposite direction from Jax. And
Kinger's off on his own because he's taking action.
Yep.
And all it is Ragatha and Pomni. But Ragatha is literally here with her knees just completely out of it. And that was hard.
Yeah.
That was really, really hard to see.
And like Kinger instantly went into dad mode as soon as Pomni walked up to Kinger, and it's just like, hey, like, like the fact that she broke down to Kinger, be like, I don't know what to do, and she started crying. I was like, oh my god.
She was the one. She was the one. When I said in the last video, and the subtitles, if you ever watch videos on YouTube with subtitles, it was wrong. It wasn't Gangle who said, I was just trying to help. It was Pomni. And it was in that moment she's like, I was just trying to help. And she's breaking down.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what to do. And it's heart-wrenching to see all of these characters who we love, who we've grown with, just at their freaking lowest. It's hard. And, of course, Kinger being the girl dad that he is.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Him being the girl dad that he is, he's there and he's giving her the best advice that he can. And there's a point where, and I caught it too, before Pomni even said it. He says almost the same lines as he did to her in episode 3 of, you're very strong, Pomni, and I know you can get through this. And she says, you said this before, but you probably don't remember, do you? And he's like, when? And she's like, oh, it was when we were in Milden Hall Manor.
Yep.
I'm like, Hall Manor. And
it was true then, I'm sure it's true now. And I'm like, oh my god. And just that she started, like, crying, because, like, it's okay. She's in a safe space, right?
I can guarantee that when it comes to reacting to it again, analyzing it again, I'm probably going to be crying, and I need to make sure that I have my waterproof stuff on.
No, that moment almost got me, right? That is kind of what I think set me up to actually cry later on, right? Because I was already, like, Pomni is my favorite character, right? So to see her crying hurts me, right? But I'm like, no, I gotta stay strong. I gotta stay strong for her. I gotta stay strong. And then, like, that entire moment was just really sentimental, and it keeps going with that, right? Like we're living in this really melodramatic moment of her trying to help everybody else cope, right?
And that theme is still present. Mm-hmm. Like this whole movie, it's tears. Mm-hmm. It's nothing but tears, or laughs, mm-hmm. or back to tears, mm-hmm. and then back to laughs. Mm-hmm. Like it's a good experience. When I say that it's a roller coaster, it is a roller coaster because it's like first you're like, oh okay, and then it's shock, and then it's crying, and then it's laughing, mm-hmm. and then it's crying again, mm-hmm. and then it's freaking crazy.
Yeah, but extremely wholesome.
Abso-freaking-lutely. So with that, I almost blank out because I can't remember almost what happened between that and then everything else because it's just like, holy cow.
It's the montage of Kinger training Pomni how to conjure properly, and then that's when Ragatha comes up.
Right. Because it was that where he's like trying to teach her, and he's like, you just need a calm mind, mm-hmm. just a sound mind, just clear your head, and then just focus and envision what you want. Mm-hmm. And he teaches her. Mm-hmm. Then slowly but surely everyone starts coming in. Mm-hmm. Ragatha, mm-hmm. then Gangle and Zooble, because they both come together.
And guess how the montage ends.
And that's how the montage ends.
But what happens at the end of the montage?
Well, there is Pomni and Ragatha and Zooble looking over a terrace type thing mm-hmm. at an abstraction.
During the montage, it shows Jax walking up to everybody, but he stops himself, turns away, and walks away. Pomni takes one step towards him and chooses not to go talk to him.
But she says, maybe I should have been more persistent.
Yeah.
Because Jax was the one that abstracted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to talk a little bit about that, because that is probably one of the biggest reasons why mm-hmm. people got freaking pissed.
Yeah.
And why some people might be like, just shut it off. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see it anymore. Mm-hmm. Because for some odd reason, some people's favorite character is Jackson. I don't see how. But
too many people are him and making him Tumblr Boy Sexy Man and not taking his actual personality into account. And he's just an...
Let me just say, because there was also another YouTuber that I follow. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and mention him. Sarcastic Chorus. He actually put a video essay out about when episode 5 and everyone had so much hate for Ragatha because she had an out-of-character moment and accidentally popped off on Pomni and especially Jax when he was in his little maid film, and the softball adventure. And the thing was, they popped off and they said, oh my gosh, Ragatha's horrible, this and that, blah, blah, like they don't understand Jax. And I was like, bro, his point of view, Sarcastic Chorus, was, it seems to me like with these characters, Ragatha can do nothing wrong, and if she does something wrong, then she's the devil. Mm-hmm. But Jax, he's just misunderstood. You don't understand him. Like he just needs a shoulder to cry on. Like that's all. He's just misunderstood. And he brought up a comparison to Avatar, The Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. Katara and Zuko. Here's the big difference. Yes, Katara's the goody two-shoes, the one that's kind of motherly, mm-hmm. taking empathetic, and you can say that she's kind of like Ragatha, and that when Katara was, whenever, I forgot what episode that he referenced, but when she popped off, and then everyone hated her all of a sudden.
I'm going to steal this point real quick.
Uh-oh.
Because there's an episode where Katara wants to confront the person that killed her mom.
Yes.
But guess who was the one who was pushing her to do that? It was Zuko.
That's where I was getting to, because it's the whole thing of Zuko, yes, he's a part of the Fire Nation. He's the prince, and it's like, he's always been less... And yes, he is misunderstood. But here's the difference. He came around in the end.
Redemption.
As far as we've seen, Jax hasn't done... Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry that I'm cursing. I'll probably... But I'll put the little thing. There's a difference. Like, I understand, like, the reference that he was putting, and he said the same thing. With Katara and Zuko, and Ragatha and Jax is not Zuko. Because they were both seen as Tumblr sexy men. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but even from the beginning, like, Zuko was always willing to listen to Uncle Iroh,
Uh-huh.
even though he was being like arrogant at times.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's because he's naive, right? Uncle Iroh's been through it. Uncle Iroh, lost a son around Zuko's age. So the last thing Uncle Iroh wants to do is lose another one.
Exactly.
And Zuko, from the very beginning of the show, shows that he wants to do better, right? But because there are much deeper themes in Avatar, like propaganda, he believed that his better was to show his dad that he was worth it, right? When in reality, it's like, no, you have to prove to yourself that you are better, right? Jax never had a moment like that. If anything, he proved himself to be worse.
Yes.
Right? And ultimately, I do believe that there could have been a redemption arc within the movie for Jax of him deeply apologizing to everybody, but still having to prove it. And it could have been implied at the very end, right? But Jax at this point has been abstracted, and it's not that no one cares. Everybody is distraught about it, except for one character.
And it makes sense.
Who was that character?
It's Gangle.
Gangle.
Because it's a simple thing of when Zuko goes to check on Gangle, Gangle's there, and she looks sad. But the one line that she said, that one hit with me too.
Yeah.
She said, I don't have any tears. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have any tears to cry. Like, is that bad? Like.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
And she felt like she didn't feel bad for what happened to Jax. She feels bad because she
doesn't have any tears for him.
Doesn't want to, or yeah, she's sad that she doesn't feel sad for him abstracting, right? And she says, "I have no tears for him, or I cannot cry for him." It's something like that, right?
Like I like and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So that was hard to hear.
And it was, I mean, it's just a reflection on just the type of abuse that she had to take from Jax for an undisclosed number of years, right? And it's, I don't know, how do you defend that? How do you defend an abuser? Because that's what he was.
Exactly.
And that's not healthy and it's not a good thing, but they're all stuck in this situation, right? But he refused to believe in the saying that we're all stuck on the same boat. He wanted to believe that he was better than the boat, right? That is the type of personality Jax had the entire time, and we do get to explore his character on why he is misunderstood, but even then, that does not excuse his actions from the end of that point to now.
Absolutely.
Because it's still, you are making irresponsible and frankly painful decisions towards the only people around you who are willing to care about you.
If anything, it's more of self-sabotage. Because it's like, you can't open up. You did for like the last, I'm going to say 10 minutes, because we have no idea how long that he was able to actually open up when Kinger was lucid in episode 8. Because he was able to be like, okay, we're a team, whatever, and then pulling together and then, rage baiting Kane and then all that kind of deal. That was the only time, I'm going to say 10 minutes, because that's really as long as it felt. Because it seemed like maybe there was a little something, but no. And another one that's really taking this to heart is Ragatha. This was the part that almost made me cry. The only reason I tried not to was because, again, I was in my cosplay makeup and it wasn't necessarily... I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to be real life Gangle with tears running down my makeup, okay? But you can check that video on my channel. I'll go ahead and link it. But it's somewhere. That was the one scene that really affected me, because it was like Ragatha saying, I could have done more for him. Like, I shouldn't have said what I said. I mentioned Ribbit, and that's what made everything worse. He told me to promise him never to mention Ribbit in front of him, and that's where our friendship died. And then here comes Pomni, who she's talking to, and she said, don't ever think, like, something along the lines of, like, don't ever think that you're not important. Like, you have been my friend since day one, and I still think of you as the closest friend I've ever had here. And then they hug it out. And the hug with the animation, oh my gosh.
Sweet.
I can hear it in my voice. I'm like, I'm trying not to get emotional.
So sweet.
It's like, take it as you will.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people like to ship Ragatha and Pomni together. But take it as you will, because it's just the oh my gosh.
It's less of like a hug and more of an embrace.
Exactly.
And it stays on this hug for, I want to say, like almost 2 minutes.
Yep.
But that's because they're hugging each other, and then Ragatha starts crying, and then Pomni starts crying, and they're crying in each other's arms. Because part of it is Ragatha knows what Pomni's next decision is going to be, and it could possibly be the end of her.
Yes.
Right? And so...
You even called it. You were like, she's going to do something stupid. And I was like...
Yeah. It was just so heartfelt. And we went from, again, this really sad, low moment for all the characters. We get to live in the melancholy of it all, where it's super silent, super sad. And then we get a montage of them slowly helping and literally building each other up. Like, that's a part of the animation, right? They're not only rebuilding the circus, but building each other back up to be at that foundation.
Because in that hug, oh, hi, baby. In that hug, they're surrounded by nothing but gray.
Yeah.
Nothing but dull, not even light almost.
They have a little bit of color back.
And when they're hugging, there's just more and more color.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.
Yeah, but the color palette they chose too, it's very blue.
It is.
It was very blue, and it was dark, but not like dark as in like black, but the color palette was just very much like, it was blues, it was purple, like the only red you got to see was obviously Ragatha's face and hair, and then Pomni's stripes, right? So it like really caused these characters to like pop out at you. And I mean, the camera's just going around these two for the entire time, and it's just like the way their hands are like
they're holding them, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was such a deep-hearted moment. It's easily one of my favorite scenes that this movie has, right? There are two in particular, which we'll get to it in a bit, but this one is easily what like climbed this movie all the way to the top for me. That scene was beautiful. It was amazing.
It was gorgeous.
Now we move on to what happens after the extraction and after Ragatha and Pomni's embrace.
Pomni's stupid decision.
Pomni's dumb decision, because at this point we actually don't know what will happen.
Yeah, that's true. Like, she went in, and I think it was the knowledge that she knew from Kinger when he shared the story of how his wife was, and that he was able to touch Queenie when she was abstracted in their dark little pillow fort, right? His little space, and he was able to touch her for one last time. And they don't necessarily say anything, or they don't express it in episode 3 of what he may have saw with Queenie, because I don't really think she had a lot of walls built up, because obviously that's her husband, and it's like maybe he was able to see her for one last time, and the whole touch when he said that I was able to be with her, I was able to touch her for one final time, and it was like, was there something that we didn't see? And we did see what Pomni was doing. Yeah.
So what I'll add to that is the one thing they did add animation-wise to abstracted Queenie is when Kinger put his hand on her, the abstract monster has a somber expression, right? And she closes her eyes, and then that's when they hard cut to Kane sending her into the cellar, right?
Well, that's in episode 8.
Yeah.
But it's again putting all the puzzle pieces together, then you know.
Yeah.
I honestly wonder when that was, like if she abstracted in the fort, or if it was, wait, come here real quick, come here. And then he brought her there to then, you're in the darkness, everything's fine, it's okay. Darkness is a big thing. It's a big point in this whole series. And it's a big point in this next scene, and of the full scenes, right?
Yeah.
So with that, it was Pomni going on her own. They disperse, and they still look back at each other. They're smiling. They disperse, and she goes to find Jax, who is in the corridors where all the rooms are. He's all glitchy, all crazy, whatever. And Pomni has a pew pew.
She's gonna shoot Jax.
No. She has that, and we're all here like, what's the pew pew for? What's all that for? I don't understand. And then we see, she looks at him, he sees her, and he's chasing down the hall because he's all the way down.
They're in the hallway with all their rooms.
And he's chasing her down, and as he's approaching, she shoots all the lights to where then it's finally pitch black. And then that's literally what we see as the audience.
Mm-hmm.
The last light, boop, it's pitch black. And then we see the eyes open. And it's Jax, obviously, because he's the abstraction. And then you see Pomni looking up at him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just looking at her. And then she does what she's been doing, because this seems again to be another big key thing. She embraces him.
Mm-hmm.
But when she embraces him, she goes into the abstraction,
mm-hmm.
which we've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
This is another reason why I'm like, maybe this is the reason why we didn't see what happened between Kinger and Queenie in the fort.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that was something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that happened with them, because it was like, Jax has all these walls.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, in these scenes, he has a lot of doors with secrets.
Mm-hmm.
See different sides of him, everything
Mm-hmm.
like that. As Pomni's looking around, and obviously this is a big, like, photo sensitivity thing, like,
mm-hmm.
let's make sure that no one with epilepsy gets just forewarning.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going, and she sees all these doors. There is one that is completely barred, like, chained up, everything, completely locked. We don't know what's in that one. But that's one that she wants to go in. So instead, because she knows she's not gonna be able to go in right now,
mm-hmm.
she goes into the other doors. This is where we get the flashbacks that we've seen in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Never did I think it would be Jax's flashbacks, because I was like, what? Mm-hmm. Like, we see Gangle in one, and then we see a really creepy one with Jax just like staring at the camera like, hee. I'm like, whew.
So the way I read into it a little more is those are his coping mechanisms depending on who abstracted first.
Okay.
So with Ragatha, he got really murderous. Like, really murderous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Jax standing in front of Ragatha's door, who has an X across her face. Right?
And obviously we know that she's not abstracted.
Yeah.
So this is probably something where it's like, oh, it wasn't Ragatha, it was maybe Ribbit? Was it Ribbit or Kaufmo? Because I'm thinking, again,
mm-hmm.
Jax gets very hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
Hands-on, like,
mm-hmm.
with Pomni.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking Pomni's supposed to represent Ragatha, and whoever is on that door that's supposed to be Ragatha with the X is either Kaufmo or Ribbit. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I thought.
I read it more so as that's his breaking point. Because I think he still deeply cares about Ragatha because they were friends.
They were.
It's not like he could ignore that.
That's true.
He's been trying to, but I don't think he could. Because he actually is a pretty deeply emotional person.
He is.
In his mind, if Ragatha dies, he's taking everybody else out. And then himself. That's what I genuinely think of that scene.
Okay.
And so that's why as soon as he turns to look at Pomni, he puts his hands on her, around her throat.
And he's choking her out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Pomni says something along the lines of, and this is the reason why I thought that it was, like, not that, because Pomni said something that maybe Ragatha would say. In a thing of, hey, if you need to talk, you can talk to me. I'm the only one that you can talk to. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can help you. And that kind of, like, I was like, ooh. Would Pomni ever say that? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I feel like that's something more of a Ragatha line. So that's the reason why I interpreted it differently. But with that, then again, and after he's choking her out and she seemed like she's about to, he lets her go, or she gets out of his grasp, and he's like, "We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?" With still the big eyes, and she's like, "Huh."
Yeah. And she
okay.
runs,
and then she runs away, and then we get the scene of him turning, and then the door shuts. She goes into another room, and this is when, and this doesn't make any sense to me either. So maybe you're right in a sense of like, this is what would happen if this happened. Because...
What is the Gangle one?
Because Gangle has her plastic mask. The one that she wore in episode 4.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering. I'm like, I don't think that's... Because that doesn't make any sense. If... There's like loopholes. I don't know.
So, right, the Gangle one is because Zubul abstracted, right?
Yes.
So, in that one, Zubul abstracting... In Jax's mind, he thinks Gangle would go off. What is it called?
Like, she wouldn't go off the rails, but more so that she would, again, because that's her own, like, Zubul and Gangle, obviously, they're a couple. Even if they don't say it, obviously they're a freaking couple. And putting on her mask again, because maybe she knows, maybe the mask underneath is broken. And so the only mask she has is the one that Zubul gave her.
Which drives her insane.
Exactly. And then this one was a little... This one gave you kind of a little more like a little comedy laughs. This is a very, yes, dramatic scenes, like the sequence of events. Very dramatic. But with this one, the theater was laughing because Jax was in his maid costume. But he was acting very... I'm going to say he was acting a little fruity.
He was very flirty.
He was very flirty. He was very fruity.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear the maid outfit because I just want to, or whatever. Because it just makes sense. Because obviously, it's no gender norms or whatever. And then there's one point where everyone literally did a woo, woo, because he goes up to Gangle. He's like, "You want a little kiss?" or something like that. I was like, even Gangle was like that. She was like.
He said, why don't you come meet me in my room later?
Oh my god, yes, that's what it was. And I was like...
And then, does the little whoop under her chin.
That's true.
Yep. And it's just like, so is he trying to take advantage of Gangle?
I don't know, but that's scary.
Yeah, because toxic masculinity, right? She's vulnerable.
Yes, but the way my mind went, now this is going to seem more like an adult video. Just because trying to take advantage of her with a toxic masculine person. What do you mean? What do you mean that you're trying to take advantage of her? Especially doing the whole flirting thing? Are you trying to... Do you catch my drift? Do you catch my drift? I'm not going to say more. If y'all know what I'm saying, don't leave it down in the comments, because yeah.
He's trying to...
Stop! Okay, so we get to the final door. Or the final door that she can actually access. Because, I don't know. And what's funny is that each of the... You know how you have, like, the characters? You have the characters and all of their avatars. Little thing on the door. All of them were drawn. Some were a little weird. They all looked like they were drawn by a child. And I was like,
The perspective is also all wonky as well.
Also, I totally forgot to mention, we got to see the full scene where Jax was freaking out when trying to decide the button. We got to see that as Pomni is going in.
Right.
And we see that he's running, as we thought, he's running down the street, he gets in a car, and then, do we see when he's... No, not yet. Okay, so maybe not then. So, the last door is when we see this. She opens the door, it goes to black, then we see the full scenes of him running down the cul-de-sac. And then the car ride. I didn't see it because I was trying to process what was going on. And I come to realize now, from what you told me, from what you got, was that either he wrecked the car or he got into a car accident and he's on the floor. All I saw was a hand. And at first I'm like, is he asleep? Like, it's dark, is he sleeping? Is he on the ground? Right. Or is he in a tree? I'm here thinking like Hunger Games, like he's just sleeping in the tree or something. But no. You said that he was on the floor. All you see is the hand. And there were stars. You could see the starry night. And maybe that's another reason why maybe the stargazing one was his adventure. Yeah. Because it reminded him of Ribbit. But now I'm kind of jumping ahead with that. We basically see, when we're going through this door, his perspective. We're in Jax's perspective. Because after he's there, on the floor, it goes to black again, it cuts to black again, and then it goes to when, what? Wait, where am I? His first time in the circus.
We should mention about the poker game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because all those...
different Jaxes.
Oh, actually, we didn't talk about the Gangle door. Or the Zubul door.
Oh, so, right.
Because it's Gangle who is abstracted, and now Zubul is the one who's a little murderous, and basically, and it's because, the scene itself is like really silly because it's a play on Looney Tunes, right? The scene itself is like comedic, but in a sense, like Zubul is extremely angry at Jax because all Jax has done is torture Gangle, right?
And And Zubul even says, they look at, again, it's a whole, the cartoon thing. Want to come over here for, yeah, he's going to come up here for, I don't know how long he'll be up here, but he's going to join us just for a little bit. So, it was a thing of, and I know everyone was like, oh my gosh, because this scene was directly after the Gangle door where she's freaking out and he flirts with her. And Zubul looks at him in a comedic way and is like, you killed the one person that I loved. And I was like, everyone in the theater was like, oh my gosh! And not like we all didn't freaking know this. But I'm like, finally, there's actually proof that these two were like in love with each other.
And then we get more proof later.
Yes, and then we get, we'll get to that in a minute. So the thing was, that happened, and then she's in a different room with all three different Jaxes that we've already seen. One is playing the piano. There's another one that has the murderous...
4 Jaxes.
Oh, there's 4 Jaxes.
There's 4. There's the one on the piano. There's the one in the maid outfit. There's the silly one, and then there's the murderous one.
Right. So it was kind of like a whole thing of if all of the women died, how would he react? Except for the piano one, because the piano one doesn't.
The piano one is literally the one he keeps locked up.
Yeah, he keeps that one locked up because it was a whole thing of they're all talking. The one in the maid outfit says something about, oh, that's gay or something. They were all talking. All of them were talking amongst each other, and they were all saying what they were saying, and they were all talking to Pomni in this instance. But it was like, what is going on? I don't understand. Because it was just like all of the comedy, it was like the tears, then it was the comedy, then we're going back to what the hell is going on, like we're just what? And then they disappeared, one by one, except for the piano one. Because all Pomni is trying to find is the key to the door that was locked, that was barricaded. And then as they're all saying, they're like, oh, we're never going to get it, blah, 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 and they all disappeared one by one, the only one that stayed was the piano playing Jax. He looks at her. Tommy notices the chains because he's chained to the piano. And he looks, hands her the key, takes the key. Then we get to the montage that I was telling you about earlier. Because I totally forget. Again, when I remember things, this is kind of just a me thing right now. When I remember things, sometimes they're out of order. But when... Again, we only saw this once, but it's still a thing of like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that, or this and that, blah, blah. It's the key things that come into my mind first, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's how we got to here, or whatever. So if y'all couldn't tell by some of my reactions, because sometimes I just go off on tangents, and then I'm like, okay, go back here. That's just kind of how I work.
Yeah.
Undiagnosed ADHD.
So we get to see Jax's backstory. The one where it shows real life videos, right?
And him getting into the circus.
And then we now are Jax, his first day in the circus, right? We see all the characters at that point, which are Rivet, Kaufmo, Ragatha, Kinger, and Gangle.
I don't know if Gangle's there yet.
Is Gangle not there yet? I thought Gangle
I think it was just the 4 of them.
Was it just 4 of them?
I think it was the 4 of them.
Yeah. So, and he tries to do what all the other players have done to this point, being like, what is happening? Where am I? I don't know if he mentions having anything on his head.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And my theory is maybe because he got in the car accident, because we all know, and this was a theory as well, that the reason why, if you
Hey, baby.
Are you okay?
He's fine. Oh, shit, my ear. Not my ear.
He can be a little clumsy. It's all right. He puts trust in us. It's okay. It's the whole thing of with what Kinger was explaining in episode 8 when he was lucid under the bucket in the cafe. We can interpret that the reason why Scratch made this AI, or was trying to make it and everything like that, getting the brain scans and everything, was because he had a tumor in his head and he was dying. So that was one of the reasons why he made this whole creation, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Jax got there. Because I don't know how CNA is involved in this, and spoilers, we don't really get an answer to that.
No.
Of how everyone got to where they were, because my theory is that maybe they came to the hospital and CNA was like, hey, I have something that could possibly help him. And they put like a brain scanner, they put the headset on him, and then that gets him there. So that way that he's no longer hurt.
I figured out how Zubul ended up getting it.
Did we even remember? Did they even show it?
Nope.
No.
So, it's a brief mention, also in episode 5. You know how Pomni says she records herself exploring abandoned buildings?
Yes.
Zubul makes a comment, real quick comment, saying, "Oh, I do that too. Never recorded though."
So you think she fell into the same trap?
She was in the same abandoned building.
Oh, you know what? That could be.
Yeah. So Zubul and Pomni ended up, because they found a headset at the abandoned CNA building, or whatever, wherever it was, right?
Gangle got there because she did get into an accident.
Yeah, she was in the hospital.
She was in the hospital. She was in the hospital, and as we, maybe as a community, because we might not be alone on this, but the theory of how when she keeps getting hit wasn't because she was suicidal, but more so it was something that haunts her because this is something that happened. This was her last moments, or what she thought were her last moments. So maybe, so that's what I'm thinking. That's what kind of solidifies my theory of maybe that's what happened with Jax. Maybe Jax was the first, and then Gangle happened to have this same thing. Let's go ahead and try it with her, and then that's how she got in there. But we don't see her coming in to the circus either. Like all we're doing is, this is how Jax is. Jax's point of view.
Yeah.
Back to the main subject. He sees all the 4, and they're all trying to say like, "Hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's all right." Most of the time, he's usually spending with Ribbit because he kind of clings on to her, and they cling on to each other. They become the best of friends, and because the little group of Ribbit, Jax, and Kaufmo, we finally get voice lines from Kaufmo, and I thought it was gonna be Jack Black. I thought, because I always say it in all my freaking videos when it comes to Jack, is like, I've heard rumors that it would be Jack Black. That'd be freaking hilarious. But at the same time, it wasn't. Sorry, I hate to burst that theory, but break that theory. It was them just hanging out. It's just kind of them building their relationship. The times that they would spend together, the times that they would have like all nothing but fun. There's points where if there was ever a team thing, it was, hey, I'm gonna be with Ragatha, or everyone was hunky-dory. Everyone was happy. And even Ragatha asking Ribbit, like, hey, do you want to be on a team with me? She's like, no, I'm going to be with Jax. And she's like, okay.
Or even Ragatha asking Jax.
Yeah, because Ragatha goes and she's like, oh, okay, you're going to go on a team with Jax. Okay, no worries. Have fun, you guys. It's all happy. Everything is fine. Everything is flourishing. Until Jax. And I'm jumping ahead when I say that just because the whole scene where we're in a room, we see the stars, and Ribbit asks, have you ever done something that you regret? And he's in her room, they're just chilling, they're talking, as friends would, just having a good conversation. She shares what she has to say, and he's like, well, are you trying to guilt trip me, or are you trying to get me to say what my biggest, darkest secret is? Or she's like, no, I'm telling you this because it's showing you that I trust you, and I hope that you trust me.
Yeah. And to add a little more detail to what you're saying, is his backstory was already a lie from what he was saying. He was telling, he's like, oh, I told you, I'm homeless, there's nothing more to me. And you're like, that's not true.
No. Especially what we saw in the beginning? No. So he was, again, this is his biggest downfall. He just can't open up. He is afraid to be vulnerable. He's afraid to trust other people. But at this moment, he trusts her. He shares a story. The camera work was beautiful for this. Because we see him just talking. He's kind of fiddling with his hands.
And to frame it a little more, we're in the first-person perspective for all of this from Jax's point of view. So we are looking at Ribbit.
We're living in Jax's shoes.
Yeah, and we're in Ribbit's room. And what Pablo mentioned is that Ribbit has a little like light projector thing that projects stars onto like the wall and stuff, and they're like spinning, right? Almost like a nightlight. And where the thing was placed was behind Ribbit. So as the stars are going around, it look like they are coming from Ribbit, right? Because of just how this is framed. And they're sitting next to each other, like on Ribbit's bed. And that's when Jax starts telling his story, right? And it's a pretty heavy story too, right?
It is. So. And like I said, with the camera work, we finally get a point where we're pulling away. And the camera's just going around, and then we see Jax, as vulnerable as he is. He's telling his story. He's letting her know what his deepest trauma is. And it's something where...
We don't get to that point yet.
What do you mean?
It pans around after he has told the story.
Really? I didn't notice this. See, this is another reason why I said I want to rewatch it. Like, we're gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm sure you're going to do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But I want to rewatch it so I can see that scene again, because again, everything was just going on. To me, it almost felt too fast. It almost felt too fast because everything was happening all at the same time. The pacing is great. The pacing is great, but I'm trying to process. Just let me pause real quick. Let me actually see what is actually going on, and let me hear what you're trying to say, what you're trying to convey.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay.
So this part I remember the best because it's also my second favorite scene. And so it starts with him laying down and he's like, well, I used to live with my parents. And then my dad divorced when I was 14, right? And then he sits up and hugs his knees, right? And we're still in his perspective. And then once they got divorced, he said that's when things got bad, right? Like, mom changed, right? And then after that, he didn't really have contact with his dad. And the relationship with his mom started going sour, right? At least in his head, it started going sour, right? And he said on one stupid night, they got into an argument where they were just basically launching personal attacks at one another, right? And after the argument was said and done, Jax's mother hugged him. And that moment almost made him question reality in a sense. Because he's just like, I berated this woman and she has the audacity to just hug me afterwards. What's wrong with her?
Let's also mention the fact that his father did have toxic masculinity himself. So maybe it was a thing of his mom always comparing him, like, oh, you're just like your father.
Yeah.
Like, you have the same characteristics as your father. And that's maybe one of the biggest things. And unfortunately, with some families, that is an actual problem. That is an actual thing to talk about. Like, without all the words, without all of the harmful words, without the hitting or pushing or anything like that, if there is any. And it seems like there may have been.
Oh, absolutely.
With Jax.
I forgot to add that, But it's just that he felt like she was always comparing him to him, right?
His father,
Yeah. And
it's to him, it was just like, you're still hugging me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then the heaviest part of the story is he pushes her away with his right hand as hard as he could, and she hits her head on the way down, and she's not getting up. And so the only thing he can think to do is run. And that is what we see in the videos, where he's running down the street, gets in a car, and then gets in a car accident, is what I'm going with.
That's what I'm getting at.
And then he ends up in the circus, right? So he ends up in the circus not knowing if he killed his mother or not.
So that's his biggest regret.
Right.
That's the biggest regret that he said
and
to Rivet.
As he's explaining that final part of how he felt about his mom is when they start panning onto Jax's face, right? And then it hovers on him for a while, and then it goes over to Rivet. And she just has this really somber look on her face, right? Of like, she's worrying about him. But then ultimately she basically like thanks him for choosing to be this vulnerable. And like Jax, I forget exactly what Jax says after that point.
I do too.
Yeah, but it's something where it's something along the lines of like, you're the only person I feel like I can really tell this to. And Rivet says thank you, and that's when Rivet takes like a little pink bow and puts it on his ear, and he starts blushing, right? It
was her pink bow.
Yeah. So
I kind of saw it that way. I really did, and I was still on the same track of, this is another reason why I need to watch it again. I was on the same track of some other people thinking that the reason why he looks the way he does, the reason why his room looks the way it does, and the reason why he's always like, oh, look, this peak male performance and this and that, blah, blah, is maybe because he's scared, not just of showing his vulnerable side, which can sometimes in the male mindset mean feminine qualities, feminine emotions type thing. Maybe it's because he himself is maybe wanting to come out. Maybe he is trans. I don't know. I don't see it too much anymore, but there are things that do back that up. And I know that it was something that, my husband, Pablo, had said, where it was when he's fighting with Pomni in the gun episode. He's like, I'm just an egg that's just waiting to be cracked open. And he's like, that is a trans reference. And I said, do tell. Because, sure, I'm LGBTQ+, I am in that because I am bi. But at the same time, I haven't taken into account of how trans people have, like, some of their terminology and everything like that. Sure, I know a bunch of people that are trans, and I think nothing of it. Like, if they want to share their story with me, share their story with me. Something that we actually talked about of the whole thing of, oh, you're a woman, you're she, you're a girl, okay, and that's it. Mm-hmm. There is no need to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But if you want to, if you trust me enough to tell me your story, by all means, I'm here. It's the whole thing of, I can't tell you what you are or what you aren't. If you are a woman, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna say anything about that because that's not me. That's you. That's who you are. Mm-hmm. And I get it. It's not my life. Mm-hmm. That is not my decision. That is not my life. Mm-hmm. And I say decision because sometimes it's a thing of when they transition, it's more so they don't know what they identify as, whether they're non-binary, whether they're a man, whether they're a woman. It's something where that's what transitioning is. You're finding who you are. Mm-hmm. So I have no right to judge. Mm-hmm. I have no right to say anything. Mm-hmm. That is who you are, and that's said and done. Yep. End of story. But again, the whole thing with Jax, I can kind of see it. Seeing to the end, I don't know anymore. Mm-hmm. And we'll get to the end in a minute. Yeah. So
I want to touch on that a little bit more because I genuinely focus on Jax's character a lot and just kind of like what does this mean. I don't believe that he is trans, right? I believe that all of this is just kind of like a visual representation of Jax's own toxic masculinity. And the fact that he doesn't want to accept, in a sense, gender normativity, right? Mm-hmm. Or he wants to excel in gender normativity, where he wants to be seen as a man and nothing but a man, mm-hmm. right? And in the society we live with, feminine qualities are seen as vulnerability and being emotional, right? Mm-hmm. And anytime we see Jax even leaning towards that area throughout the earlier episodes, he instantly shuts it down and turns into that, happy-go-lucky comedian, haha, kind of guy, right? Mm-hmm. But it's clearly just a facade, right? It's just a way for him to cope because he doesn't want to accept that side of him.
Right.
And then when he finally does choose to accept to be vulnerable, and he is being vulnerable to someone else, especially another woman, visually represented by them taking the bow and putting it on his ear, is you just embrace that side of him. Mm-hmm. That is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Right? That is how I'm choosing to read into it. If Gooseworks or any of the other creators or the voice actor ever comes out and be like, oh no, Jax was trans, it wouldn't surprise me either. Mm-hmm. But the way I see it is it's more so addressing gender norms and how all of them have their ups and their downs, right? Because we see Zubul struggling with it. We see Gangle kind of struggle with it. We see Ragatha be the example of like feminine normativity in the sense of she has a lot of motherly instincts. She's very empathetic and she wants everybody to feel well. Mm. Jax is very much the toxic male side of it. This story is a really good story to reflect on in terms of like exploring sexuality and what it means to have your own gender. And if you are a straight man, there is still a really bad part of it, right? I'm sure I don't have to say much whenever I say the word manosphere, right? The manosphere is an extremely toxic, horrible place for young teenagers to end up, mm-hmm. right? And the reason they end up where there, as we talked about yesterday, mm-hmm. is because of either hate for their mom, be it unjustified or justified, right? Unjustified in the sense of like, if your mom is caring and overbearing and you hate her for it, what's wrong with you? But also justified as in she was very abusive or verbally abusive or something along those lines, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So in Jax's mind, he feels like his mom was judging him the entire time. And so it's why when she hugged him, it confused him, mm-hmm. right? To me, his story reads more of a man who is confused about himself. Be it his own identity, his own sexuality, doesn't really matter. He just is insecure and confused about some part of himself, right? And yeah, and I love that story, again, like, we get to expand more on it. But to touch again on everything we've been saying, it doesn't excuse a single one of his actions throughout the rest of the series.
And to keep that, what you just said, because it does go into the next, it's the simple fact of we find the rest of what happened. They have their moment. He's here with the bow on his head, but he's looking at her, and he's blushing, and it's probably because it's like, yeah, I was able to, and you're not judging me. You're here. You're sitting with me. Okay, cool. I'm trusting you now.
Also, it looks like a relationship blossom.
It does. It really does. Because I was like, oh, they gonna kiss.
That's how it reads. Yeah, that's how it reads, and that's how it feels.
It
like,
does, okay. And I was like, oh, I'm like, you gonna kiss? It all gets interrupted because Kaufmo knocks on the door, and instantly, this is something where he falls right back to what we know as Jax, of being like, oh no, and he looks at her and says, like, takes off the ribbon and is like, okay, so if you tell anyone, I will ruin you. And then he leaves. And then he goes back, and again, we're back into his, in his shoes, in his point of view. He goes into his room. Why am I so stupid? Why would I say that? And he's beating himself up about it. But then the rest of the way, we see that he's destroying his relationship with Ribbit. Because it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wanna be around me? And well, actually, I'm not going to. Whatever.
Yeah.
And
he's like avoiding her any chance she gets. Like, she'll come up and say hi and be like, "All right, gotta go," and then walk the other direction.
And they're not. She didn't do anything.
No.
This is all his doing of why the relationship did not work out. And oh my gosh, they're going, and then it's a simple thing of like, oh, every time that there's a team thing, oh, I'm gonna go to Kaufmo. I'm gonna go with Kaufmo. I'm gonna go with Kaufmo. Anytime that she would even try to approach, to a point where she just stops approaching him. She's not pushing. She's not trying to. If anything, she's just like, hey, how you doing? And there's even a point in the beginning, before all of this pushing away happens, where she's like, hey, so about the other night, just to let you know, I really do feel for you. And then, I want to let you know that your secret's safe with me. And he's like, what are you talking about? Pulls what he did with Pomni. That was all a lie. How do you even know if that's a lie or not? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, oh no.
Like, you dumb mother.
Yeah, at this point I was like, oh, Jax, please, no, please, no. And I'm just like, why? Just why? Why are you doing this? I don't understand. And so, again, we keep going, and it gets to a point where they're on, if you remember, the summit.
Oh, God, the summit.
Where he's looking, we all remember he's looking at that globe, where it's nothing but, like, the snow and the little cabin and everything like that. I thought originally that was the cafe scene where they were all having hot chocolate. But no! He was looking at it because that was when he fought with Ribbit. Verbally.
That's where I cried.
It was just like they're going back and forth, and they're just like this and that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is gonna happen? What is going on? I don't know.
And it's like, it's a heavy argument.
It is super heavy. Super heavy.
Like they're yelling over each other. Like, Jax is launching insults, and Ribbit's just like confused, and like, it just hurts.
And the reason why I said to keep that point is because the simple fact of he's doing what he's been doing, what we have an audience, what we have the fandom already know he does. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we going back to this? I understand this might be comfortable, but it's not. You are destroying relationships left and right. You don't realize what you're doing, and you're making it worse for yourself. This is self-sabotage. And it gets to the point where she's like, you know what? Then I just won't push anymore. Even though she was never pushing. She's like, I just won't ask anymore. I won't bother you anymore. And that is the downfall of Ribbit. Because at that point, she's starting to be distant.
And she's separating from everybody.
She said, yeah.
Like, Kaufmo's gone up to Jax, she's like, hey, have you seen Ribbit?
And then it even got to the point where Kaufmo was just like, hey, kind of like a bro-to-bro thing. Like, I just want to let you know, like, if there's something wrong, you really need to talk to her. Like, why don't you just go ahead and go talk to her? And there were several points where you see flashes of him trying to go up to the door and knock.
Then doesn't.
But he stops.
Yeah.
And then go up again. And then he stops.
Until it's too late.
Until it was too late. Because he didn't open the door. Did he open the door? Or am I imagining things?
I think he did.
He opened the door, and all you see is the abstraction. No, that was for Kaufman.
That was for Kaufman.
But he's there.
Oh, he's looking from far away.
He's looking from far away because he's hiding. Because he's hiding.
Yeah.
He's hiding from the abstraction, which is Rivet. And then we get to everything else, and I think we do see Gangle pop up in that moment.
Yeah, at the very end. That's
and then he's, you know, just at this point he's kind of being distant as well. And then we get to where we all know.
Yeah, I will also add that is the first time we see him launch an insult at Ragatha.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ragatha's like, hey, do you want to partner up? And he's like, why would I want to partner up with you? And it's just like, okay.
There's points where he is pushing Ragatha away, and we can see it. And even Ragatha, when it was like I think it was the funeral for Rivet, was like, hey, if you need anything, and he's just like, bye. Mm-hmm. Didn't he push her? No, he didn't push her.
I don't think so. Pushed her away metaphorically.
Metaphorically, yes. Mm-hmm. But I was like, because now I think about it, if he pushes, then that's a big like trigger for him. Mm-hmm. So then we basically get back to episode 1, the pilot, where he's like, oh, well, you still think this is a dream? Well, whatever you say.
Yeah, and then we cut to the series. Yeah.
And then we cut to the series. Mm-hmm. And finally, when all the flashbacks have happened, and we get to the present day, there is, and I knew this was important, because there was a whole thing of the controversy, or whatever you want to say, about the promotional poster, and how there were bees at first, but then there was a lamp. A street lamp. And I knew it was fucking important. I knew it was important, because I was like,
we're still in Jax's mind.
Yeah, we're still in Jax's mind.
Standing next to.
But he's standing next to a light post. Mm-hmm. And
everything else is
everything else is everything else is abyss. It's all black, and all you have is the red light of the lamp. Mm-hmm. And he's standing under it, back turned to Pomni. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Well, now you know everything. Why are you still here?"
That's another really good scene, though, of like Pomni. She's walking towards him at first. Mm-hmm. He's getting further away. Mm-hmm. So she starts sprinting, and that's when he gets closer. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's awesome.
And then finally, when she looks, or when she gets there, and there's a point where they both start crying. This was probably another emotional moment for me as well. And he starts, like, they both start crying, and he's like, I hate you. And she's just like, I get that a lot, or stuff like that. And they're just having a moment.
He turns around and hugs her, no?
He does.
Yeah.
He does. And as they're hugging, because they're doing, the grip thing and everything like that, his last words, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, because of the gun episode
stupid
and everything, I don't know why this was here. Like, this was very oddly placed. Like, why did you place it? What? Y'all remember the flashbangs that Zubul had when she was throwing them in her room and all that? Somehow they were in the hall. So when the abstraction, because Pomni is in the abstraction, but either way, he's just going everywhere and he's freaking out. This is the one time that he's trying to get a redemption, but it's too late. He's already abstracted. Mm-hmm. And then add on that he accidentally steps on the flashbang, so then he's nothing but a just light, and she's just here trying to hold on to him, like, I've got you, I've got you, I've got you, and it's hurting her.
Yeah.
She's starting to glitch out. She could abstract too.
Yeah.
Because she's just there. She's trying so hard to be there for him. And thank goodness, Zubul's hand grabs her, pulls her out, and we see that here she is glitching and glitching and glitching, because obviously we know that Zubul has a ton of parts. So she had a big old rope
of hands.
But it was like, pulled her out, and you just see Pomni on the ground. She's almost completely lost of any color that she used to have, glitching out, and you have Kinger, Zubul, Ragatha, and that's it, staring over her, and they're like, you're really gonna do this alone? You're not gonna do this with us? Like, we gotta take care of this together. And that's the whole thing with Jax's scenes.
That's where that ends. Yeah.
That's where that ends. So we do get a glimpse of Gangle when they're trying to wrangle him in with the Zubul parts into a little tent, a really dark tent fort for Jax. Zubul looks for Gangle, finds her in her room, and she's bawling. She is crying. And Zubul's just there and is like, look, I know this is a lot. This is a lot of emotions. I know. And it's like it's okay to cry. Basically what she's saying, like, it's okay to cry. It's okay. We're all here together.
From what we see, because we just see him again for another 2 seconds before Pomni walks out of the tent, is he's asleep in the tent. Right. He's curled up like a dog and asleep in the tent. So.
And it seems like they have really, like, Kinger has done a lot of work, and it seems like... Oh.
And at this point, Color is back as well.
Yes. Hold on! My husband is home! We are now the three, and we're here to talk about the last act.
Yes.
Where
the actual last act.
Yeah, seriously. We left off. Your favorite part, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just right after they had gotten Jax into the circus tent to keep it, have him be in the dark room. So he wasn't going crazy.
But either way, we were at basically everything happening. And seems like everything's hunky-dory. Kinger did his work and basically got the circus back to its original form. Yeah,
there's color everywhere. We're back to the color palette that we recognize.
The only thing is that we're all sitting on the... What is it?
The couches.
The couches, and like how we were in the beginning, actually.
Yeah.
And, Jax is in his little tent, sleeping. And Pomni is somewhat regaining color, just a little bit. But she's glitching out.
Yeah, she's still there.
She's glitched out, and it's really, really bad. And even Ragatha being there was just like, you okay? And Pomni's just like, oh, well, that doesn't hurt. She's like, I've been through worse. And really she has. Being thrown around in the pilot, so.
Yeah.
But.
And shot in the head by Jax.
So here we're thinking, okay, happy ending, yay, kind of, because it's still kind of unknown if they're actually going to be able to get everything done, because, Pomni's in this state, so how are we going to get her like that? And then we pan out, and we just see everybody, going away. And who's watching around the corner?
I was watching.
Well, yes, you were.
All three of us were watching.
Yes.
Yeah, we were all watching. But who was around the corner?
Good old Kane.
Yay. Your favorite character.
I do like Kane, but I don't like him being there.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is another...
My little baby bumpers, or whatever he says.
Buggy baby bumpers, or something like that. Or the milkmaids, and Jax was like, no, don't say that again.
My brain is as impenetrable as a waxed coconut.
That... With the coconut... But isn't that smooth? Anyways... So, the whole thing is, we're there, and we see him, and I think this is another point where everyone was kind of like, turn it off. Because not only it was...
I don't know, the vibe in the audience was like, oh my god, Kane!
Yeah.
Well, yes. So
it's just me that I'm a hater.
And add me to that.
Okay. It's just that here. This is the hater corner.
So, and then, like, as we said, a lot of people are going to be like, oh no, I didn't like that, or I didn't like that. I feel I agree with these two when they say it could have been just that. They didn't need Kane back. It's really no big deal if he was there or not. That would have just been done, happy ending. We're fine. But obviously we got to add Kane back because somehow we just have to. And the thing is, he was deleted. Yes.
It's too early for this.
What?
I have a package for you.
Oh, you have. This is why I'm glad that I had the recording on. But yeah, so what we come to find out is that Kane was deleted from the circus, but he's not dead. Where was he? Where was he transported to?
The Void.
And I kind of thought that the Void had to be something important, especially because they say it in the pilot again. These key points aren't just there just for shiggles, right? So it's like him saying, because now I'm thinking about it, and he's like, we don't venture out into the void. Even I don't know what's out there. So it's like...
And then he also makes the mention of, like, we can't have you exploring out there. That's spoilers.
Wait, does he? What?
Yeah, he says it in the pilot.
Yeah.
I just watched it.
He either says, I can't have you spoiling the show, or that's spoilers. It's one of those two.
Okay. No, I couldn't remember it. Again. Anyways, so with that, he's watching but I'm pretty sure we get a flashback because now that he's there, it's the whole thing of we get a flashback where he ended up, which was the void. And here he is basically contemplating with himself, having a self-reflection, literally, in the little, what looked like bubble. But he's looking into himself and he's just like, they really deleted me. He has a battle with himself, or should I more so say he has a battle with Abel, the other AI. Because it's like, okay.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of Jekyll and Hyde type thing, because it's like, here's the worst one and there's the good, and he's like, I don't know, and they're like, they don't understand, there's the right, of, no, they deleted me, how dare they, and then, but it's basically a big self-reflection of him looking at, like, they deleted me. And then we go on a little montage of him looking through stuff and, like, looking through the void, and he goes somewhere, like, he goes
towards a door, right?
Yeah, but we don't see the door at first.
No, not at first.
He just shoots off like Superman and is just like, what are you looking for? And then he goes off to a door. At that point, it's the door is part of the system. And he's going through the door. It's certain things that he has to get through, a pathway to get up to a file.
Because it's the view of him from his perspective and then what someone else would see.
Yeah.
Of him in the file explorer. And the thing that says exit is actually brain scans copy final version. Final do not delete.
Yeah.
And this is finally when he does get to the file, we get to know everyone's name. Finally! And the first thing that we see, like, he pulls out one name, which is Mike Dobby.
I think so. It's either Mike Dobbs or Mike Dobby. It's one of those.
Yeah. And that happens to be Scratch. Because it was almost like a little quick flashback, like a little flashbang of when Scratch first came into the circus. And so he's looking at that, and then he goes and finds all the other brain scans, and he's looking through all of them. And when we're looking through, because we're looking through it with him, we're looking through and we see Facebook posts and Instagram posts and all kinds of different, like, posts on social media of...
YouTube was one.
Was it?
Yeah, Abigail's.
That's right. That's right. And yes...
Sorry, I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't know who that is?
Who is Abigail?
Yeah. We'll get to that point. He's going through, he finds all of them, and it's kind of like, okay, maybe redemption? Because then it comes back to him going to find the circus. No, I'm skipping something. He takes Abel out.
Right, yeah, because that's when he's arguing with them where I think he's, like, deleting, like, oh, get rid of them, right? It's like, this will get rid of them for sure. And then he's like, no, but that's when he starts having the inner turmoil of trying to grasp at humanity, right? And, like, without them, he'll have nothing, right? And in a sense, the other AI in his head is trying to convince him it's just like, they are nothing. They are worthless. Look what they did to you. They deleted you.
So that makes me think of something. Like, was the other AI, the blue AI, the one that was controlling, like, Cain when he was going on his rampage?
It's possible because of the idea of perfection. Right? Because Cain was always imperfect. Right? And I think, I don't know whether Cain knew that or not, because he did conglomerate himself between the two.
Right.
I don't think he managed to realize that, oh, the reason I'm evil is not because of me, myself, it's because of the combination of both of us. Because we both want perfection. Maybe?
I don't know. That's a theory. Leave it in the comments if you think that's something that could be possible. That happened, and he goes, like, after he releases that, gets the files, he goes back to the circus, and it kind of, like, sneaking in the middle of the night, right? And he's like, are they actually going to take me back? What's going to happen? And here's the moon, and again, I really didn't think the moon was going to be a big character in this.
No.
But here she comes, and she's like, I just want to let you know that you just need to give him time, and I want, if nothing else, just know that I love you.
But apparently they didn't need to give him time.
No, see, it's because, wait, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Apparently not. It pisses me off.
Yeah. He's talking, he's like, you know what? You were never programmed to say, that. You were never programmed to say I love you. And she's like,
I know.
And I'm like, what is that supposed to? What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is that supposed to mean? And then we just don't go back to the moon. So I'm like, okay, cool, sure. But then we finally catch back up to him being around the corner, and he does approach. Oh, no, he doesn't. He fixes Pomni first.
Yes.
He does a little snap, fixes Pomni, and of course this alerts all of them, and they're like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? How did this happen? And then Kane finally approaches.
He takes out the little head.
Takes out his little hat, like, will you forgive me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, will you forgive me?
Ooh, so
But he doesn't even say, "Will you forgive me?" Right? Like,
No.
never once does he ever say, like, "I'm sorry" or "forgive
no,
me,"
he
or
does. He
anything like that.
apologizes.
Does he?
He does.
No, I don't remember that.
Because if anything, like that is his apology nonetheless, whether he said sorry or not.
Yeah.
And he's just like, look, he said, I don't expect you guys to forgive me. He's like, I don't expect any of you to forgive me, especially for what I've done to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that you guys will take me back.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when Zubul.
Zubul.
Okay. Zubul says something and is like, well, you've put us through a lot. You've put us through hell and back, and it's going to take a long, long time before we can trust you again. And he's like, okay, that's understandable. I get it. But I do want to at least share one more thing, if you will let me. If you can join me at the stage if you'd like.
Whenever you're ready, join me at the stage.
Zubul also does say, "But I'm glad you're back."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was
There was that.
That was a little. I don't know.
Which that doesn't make sense to me
No,
because
It feels out of character.
just a little bit.
way out of character.
I don't know if it's a thing of like how it was like with Gangle in the beginning of episode 8, where she told everyone when Zubul was getting on Jax, and she's like, "He's right. It doesn't matter if it was real or not. This is all we have." And then it goes on to the rest of the comments of everyone kind of agreeing. So maybe it's the thing of she accepted it as like Zubul accepted it, and that's what their takeaway is.
Right.
But I think this is the only pacing issue. Like this is the only pacing issue was just the very, very end.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Just like at the end.
Yeah, like it was like if anything, it's like okay, whatever, because we got our story, we got what we wanted, but it's not.
I didn't get what I wanted.
I know. Wait, what do you want? Well,
Less stuff, actually.
less.
Yeah.
Honestly, they both said, like, when we were driving back home, was like, we could have just stopped right before Kane, and then it'd be fine. But all of the audience, I guess, disagreed, because they're like, oh my gosh, Kane, he's back!
Now I can buy another plushie.
They actually all do go to the stage. There's a projector, and they are all told what they wanted to know. Kane even says, no more lies. This is for you guys. He also did say when he was bringing this up before, he's like, okay, join me at the stage. He's like, I do want to give you guys control. I do want to let you guys have open reign, have whatever adventures you want. I won't be in control. It's like, okay, all right, giving them what they want. Cool. And then the cherry on top, revealing their identities, revealing their true names. If we remember, Abigail was
Pomni.
That's it. That's all we got.
I
That's
guess. Well, we have Leroy.
Yeah.
Leroy is Jax.
Yes.
Ben Dover.
Oh,
And
Grant.
Mike.
Grant
yes.
is
Yes.
Kinger.
Grant is Kinger. I think it was Riley. Riley is Zubul. It started with an R.
Yeah, Riley is It starts with a K. Gangle's name.
I can't remember.
Gangle is back. Gangle gang.
Gangle is what?
Gangle is black.
She's the only black character.
She's the only black
And
character.
Gangle could say the N-word and it's okay.
Yep. Watch somebody make an animation of that. That would actually be funny. But you have Grant, you have Abigail, you have Leroy, you have Riley. We are missing Ragatha and Gangle. And I can't think of their names.
I can't either.
But either way, we get the backstories of all of them, or basically what they're doing now. Because as we all know, what we said in the beginning, that they're just brain scans.
Yep.
They're not the actual humans.
Yep.
So he didn't like that.
Yeah, and
he doesn't like that. And
So Pomni is still an accountant. Ragatha is a realtor.
Realtor who does horse racing
Mm-hmm.
or equestria, something like that.
And moved out of her mom's place.
Mm-hmm.
So her horse girls make do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leroy became a mailman.
Leroy was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow got out of homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
And became a mailman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just pretty damn good at it, because, you know, if anything, it seemed very much when he did the whole... It seemed like he maybe actually got in touch with his femininity. Or he's a lot healthier.
Goofier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's actually the funny one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Riley, who is Zubul, she was actually able to manage and open her own bar. And Gangle's character, I don't remember her human name, damn it. She got out of the hospital, because that's something we actually said in the beginning, that that's how she got into the circus. She got out of the hospital. She works as a graphic designer. She works as a graphic designer for a fashion company.
And is also making webtoons on the side.
Mm-hmm. And then our good old Kinger, our good old Grant, is happily with his wife and 2 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say he's the girl dad.
Yes.
We all freaking knew that, let's be honest. But it seems like everyone's happy. And, of course, in the end, after everything was said, Kane looks at all of them and was like, so, I don't know what you want to do or how we're going to do this. And he looks at Pomni and is like, so what do you think, Abigail?
Mm-hmm.
And this was the end of Pomni's arc, where she's like, you know what? Abigail is living her life happily. She's doing great. That's Abigail. I'm Pomni.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the end.
Yep. Big cuts to the end credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Where Kinger and Jax are making out for 10 minutes.
Everybody making out. No. You want to know?
No, actually.
You want to know who is making out? You want to know who is making out? Because if you watch the credits, again, we all stayed until the very end.
Yeah, sit through the credits.
Sit through the credits because...
Pomni will be back in Avengers 4.
Yes! Because...
Pomni will be back in Avengers Doomsday.
My gosh! The one thing that is canon is Zubul and Gangle had sex.
Happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month! And it's a simple thing where it was like, it was showing like a montage in the credits where everyone's having these adventures, everyone's having a good time.
They play D&D.
And they play D&D. They're... I think Gangle was like making the webcomics and she was like showing Kane and everything like that. Oh, but the gang and Kane, oh, they all kicking. They all fine. Where did the time go? Now y'all are all best friends.
Jax is still dead.
Yes, Jax is still there.
Jax is and then they have a zoo
Yeah.
aquarium for the
They have an aquarium for the abstracted.
Yeah. Mm.
They have...
So they own...
they have a bar. They have a bar for Zubul.
Oh, yeah.
When Zubul actually made one of her first drinks, she offered it to Kane, and Kane is like, oh my gosh, for me?
Mm-hmm.
Did he drink it? I don't think he drank it. We didn't get to see that.
I think he analyzed it. Like, what is this?
Because he don't know. Like, he's learning.
Mm-hmm.
But... yeah, so we saw the we didn't see the
Ragatha got to play an actual game of baseball or something.
Yeah, she got to play an actual game of softball. And Kane tried to play. Let's just say he needs more practice. That's all.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Is he?
No. But actually, yeah. Apparently he is.
Apparently he is. Yes,
he
he is. He's a very good guy.
Great dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only way we know about Zubul and Gangle was we see Ragatha passing by the door, and there's nothing but like little hearts coming out of the door, and it's Zubul's room.
And Gangle's door is open.
Mm-hmm.
And Ragatha's
she's not there.
really red.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, my bad. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing. So that is the end, and then a surprise twist, because after the credits roll, and yes, you hear the dreaded song that we would always hear after every freaking cliffhanger, but it was like a different rendition.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a peppier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all we see is the checkerboard. We see Pomni walking, and she breaks the fourth wall and just...
And walks away.
The final scene that we get at the end of the credits. All of our characters, human forms, human people, somehow, some way,
At the bus stop.
are at the bus stop, all together. I think Leroy somewhat knows Riley, Zubul,
Oh yeah,
because
he frequents her bar.
Leroy and his friends frequent at the bar, but they're all there.
Yep.
So it's like it's a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet because they don't know that they're all best friends. But who knows? It leaves the door open. I highly doubt that anything's gonna happen, like we said, but
yeah, but they're all best friends kind of because of a shared trauma, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the reason they got together.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I said in the spoiler-free review, where the entirety of the story, when it comes to the pacing and the build-up of the characters and the melodrama of it all, into the moments of hope, into the moments of like coping with the shared experience between everybody, is like really good, and it's building and it's building and it's building and it's building, and Kane comes back. Why?
Because he sells plushies, man. Because of the animates.
Like, that's the only problem. Well, where I have a problem, because it now shifts the story and it makes everything. I don't know. Like that's
like a little too sugary, you know. Like a little too
sugary for Kane.
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
We're all in this
together.
They're gonna sing Imagine next.
Uh-huh.
Or some, you know.
I think, if anything, it's a thing of, obviously they were, because maybe this was something that, this will appease the fans. It could have possibly been. But, as I said, the whole thing of the Evangelion, and I'm just glad that Zubul, I mean, the character for Gooseworks on Tumblr is the Zubul head.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now it's a fish.
Oh.
It's the fish head.
I thought that was just on Blue Sky.
I don't know now.
Tell me
in the comments if I'm wrong.
Yeah, because I'm like, is it still the same thing? Mm-hmm. Those who follow Gooseworks, I know it's the fish.
Or Gooseworks yourself. Comment.
Girl.
Gooseworks.
Gooseworks, actually, don't be online. Stop it.
If you see
you
this,
wrote an amazing story.
Yeah.
Yes, if you see this, we really like your story. Like we really love it. This is all in good criticism. Like we're not trying to be the bad guy here. We really love your story. We really love what you do. I highly doubt you're gonna see this, but if you do,
shut up. Yeah.
But I think if she were to have gone again the dark route, I don't know if that would have appeased the fans, because I feel like that would have pissed them off, and everybody, like everybody would have been pissed off. I think that if, like we were talking recently, if Kane's redemption was that he figured out the code and he was able to bring back Jax,
or at least tried.
Yeah, if he tried, that would have been something. I'm sorry for all the Jax fans. Don't bring Jax back. Like, don't bring Jax back.
His character arc is done.
Yes.
That's something I'm happy
He
with.
was the one that was supposed to turn into the slug monster thing in I Have No Mouth. So it makes sense. It makes sense. It wasn't for the same reason. Like, that is definitely a one-for-one that he was changed into the monster, since a lot of people put Jax as Ted in I Have No Mouth. But was it done the same way? I don't think so.
But this isn't called I Have No Digital and I Must Circus.
No.
It's not an adaptation of that story. It's supposed to be its own thing.
It's supposed to be inspired.
Yeah, just inspired, not a one-to-one.
Yeah, there are parallels, but it's not to the point where it's just like, oh yeah, she's basically just retelling the story. It's like, that's not what's happening.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that was a Easter egg that she did put in there though, where it was like, oh, he turns into the monster.
Were you done with your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I just don't like why Kane came back, because to me it just leaves me confused. And it's like, okay, you did bring Kane back, but you instantly went, like you said, where you guys instantly kumbaya, we're all happy all together, when in reality it's like, no, his character arc isn't done. Like, you killed him and now he has a second chance. Let him prove his worth with a second chance.
Yeah.
But
I mentioned this to you earlier because we have seen it. We have watched the whole thing. It's the same thing with Steven Universe. And how things were going as far as how the characters were redeemed, or that whole thing. If you haven't seen Steven Universe, well, this is a spoiler video, so it was a really big thing when it came down to the end of the seasons where the bigger diamonds were incorporated into the story, and how literally going on to Steven Universe Future, which is the next series after Steven Universe that, oh, they're just fine. Everything's fine. Everyone's having a good time. You know, they don't get reprimanded, especially with how all three of the diamonds would put so much torment and pain in Pink Diamond, who is Steven. And
okay. You didn't watch Steven Universe.
I did watch Steven Universe. Because, yes. Because we're going from, like, I'm not...
Pink Diamond Jr.
Pink Diamond Jr. Yeah, you're right. Because it's the whole thing, I'm not trying to go through full detail, but it's, you know, Pink Diamond turns into Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is Steven's mom. Then Rose Quartz then becomes Steven. That's a whole thing that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I don't think I'm ever going to wrap my head around. I don't think they're ever going to release how that happened. It's a thing where, you know, they weren't accepting Steven as Steven, and it could definitely be told as a trans story because they're calling Steven Pink Diamond. Mm-hmm. They're referring to Steven as her. Mm-hmm. Why is she like this?
She goes by Steven now.
And it's like, no. Mm-hmm. It's the whole thing of why are we just acting like the Diamonds didn't do all of these heinous crimes to not only Steven and be it the Pink Diamond and all of their people. Everything's fine. Everyone's kumbaya.
And all of that gets explored later in Steven Future, not in Steven Universe. So a lot of people that have that complaint, it's just that they stop watching. And I understand because it's like not the same branding, and I didn't watch Steven Future until years later.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the whole Kane thing?
I didn't. There were two things I didn't like about the finale, right? Mm-hmm. One is that the Soma's theory was correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And second was that Kane comes back. Mm-hmm. I think the Soma's thing I don't like because now Jax is right. They weren't real. Mm-hmm. None of this was real. Mm-hmm. And then I think what they're pointing towards with the moon and with Kane like developing conscious is sort of like a post-humanist idea that art, music, emotion, language isn't only human, and computers can do it too.
Right.
I kind of used to have that position, and now I don't. There's a book called Artificial Communication by Elena Esposito that goes into a lot of detail how AI cannot communicate the way that we do, and it's like a vast world of difference, and that difference is insurmountable, more or less, right? I don't understand how Kane was like, oh, you know what, maybe I should be a good guy now, instead of I'm gonna make them love me, because that's the way he's been the whole time. I don't understand what he understood.
Well, if I can add on to that, it's a thing of when in episode 8, he's like, oh, he's putting on all this rampages and that, and he's like, you know what, I don't really
enjoy doing this.
He's like, I don't enjoy doing this. Like, it's I thought I needed to do like all of this crazy stuff, but there's just something missing. I don't understand what. I don't know why this isn't appeasing me. So maybe that's another kind of hint that he's like, I don't know. And then of course you can't really blame the next scenes because he was contemplating that. You can maybe say that he was contemplating on, hey, maybe this isn't right. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But then all of the cast, all of the circus peoples, Pomni, Jax, Ragatha, Giggle, Zoogle, they all literally rage bait him. And that's all they're doing. So he's upset. He's mad. Like a toddler. And so that's kind of where I'm thinking, yes, but maybe that was something where they were trying to push. Maybe they could have put more into that. Where he was trying, like, if he was thinking, he's like, you know what, maybe this is wrong. Excuse me, I have to go get the cat. You little brat!
Thank you, cat.
Thank you, cat.
Anyways. Goodness gracious.
The thing I didn't like about the Soma's theory being correct, and kind of related to Kane too, is that I thought that this story was about how the digital makes us less human, right? Like, go on to any discussion on X, the Everything app, about anything at all, and there'll be people insulting each other, or the classic of, I just made pancakes. How could you say that? You hate waffles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't say anything at all about waffles. That is just you trying to misunderstand me, right? And I don't know if you can hear the cat. But I had thought that that's what the core of the story was, about maintaining your humanity in this unhumane environment.
Yeah.
But if they're not even human to begin with, then that's not what the story is about.
Yeah, because ultimately this story is inconsequential, right?
Yeah.
Because I could accept it to where, like I told her earlier, like the story of Game of Thrones isn't real. The characters in that aren't real, right? But we are able to relate to aspects of their life that they are going through, right?
Yeah.
So I can accept this as a complete story, which is why I ultimately am okay with everything they chose to do. But them not being real makes, like, as you were saying, makes the entire show feel like there aren't as many things at stake anymore. So, like, all the problems they were going through don't matter as much, right? Because they live as long as whatever fucking computer they on is alive, right?
Windows 98.
Yeah, and if it shuts down randomly because of a blackout, they and nothing happened.
Nothing.
It's sad, but I don't know if that's kind of the
And
point of the story.
It's very strange because, you know, Pomni was never real ever. But the thing, simply the fact that it's actually less than that, right?
Yeah.
That in a world, it does kind of change the way that we view the characters.
Yeah.
No, but I do think, because, again, if we're going based off of Cain and then we're going based off of, we'll say Pomni again, it's the simple fact that Pomni was scanned through her brain.
Yeah.
Her own human brain, right? So it's whatever she knows, it's whatever makes her human, it's whatever that is. Cain is artificial. He only knows what he finds off of the internet. He only knows this. He is not human at all. He can portray human emotions, but he cannot become a human. He is not human, unlike the rest. So because they have their humanity in their, and sure, you want to call them AI, because that's what we were talking about too.
Yep.
You want to call them AI, but they are still human, so they're not necessarily artificial. They are human intelligence, but it's in a character form. It's in this, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the smaller subplots of how they choose to address, like, sexuality, gender norms, and things like that are a much bigger theme of this show than I think what this ending is about.
Well,
because they explore relationships and they like the entire journey is more so than whatever the hell this destination was.
Yeah.
I think now that it's been 24 hours.
At the time of this recording.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that the theme is just like community, that you don't have to go it alone, that you should talk to other people. You should talk to me, man.
Yeah.
Right? And that the worst thing you can do is to make someone feel like they're unwanted.
Yes, yes. Preach.
Preach. This is Preach Kinger.
Right?
Like, this is the thing. We're in spoilers, right?
Yeah.
I got here 2 hours late, chat. I'm sorry. Because that's what happens between Jax and Ribbit. Jax makes Ribbit feel unwanted, and then she abstracts.
He does the same thing to Kaufman.
Jax does the same thing to Kaufmo, does the same thing kind of to himself.
Yep.
I also saw on Reddit some people saying that they took this to mean it's wrong to be trans, actually, and that's not it. Yeah,
No, not
there is queer pain, but there's also queer joy with Zubul and Gangle.
Right.
So, and then the queer pain in this specific situation was kind of like Jax not moving on into this new context where he is safe, right? It is a safe space to an extent where he could wear dresses, he could go by she, her, be Jaxalina or something, I don't know. Whatever name Jax would choose for themselves. Jackie. That's better than what I said. But in this, I think like the aesthetics of the digital are actually second place to anything else that is happening. And I think it's weird that episode 8 started with like such a good visual metaphor for how LLMs work and how they're trained.
Yes.
And then not talking at all about AI is evil, actually. Right?
Instead, it like goes more towards, oh no, AI is misunderstood.
AI is misunderstood. This show has been in development for 5 years or so. I don't know when this episode was complete. Like, cause and then in animation you work the opposite of live action, kind of.
Right.
You edit first. You do your storyboard, and then you take away everything that you have to, and then you begin to shoot. Right. So I don't know how much of the news from the last year or two has permeated into the show.
Right.
I mean, at least they didn't pull the fast one like Cat's Eye saying Tesla in their gnarly music video.
Yeah, and the
No shade!
in 2025.
In 2025.
Yeah, after Doge.
Literally after everything happened and a very serious event happened, and then gnarly Tesla.
Robotics.
Now it's
robotics.
The clean version is robotics. Most people listen to the
The
explicit.
version that we sing in this household.
There's a fun joke in episode 7, right? I told you this one, but the joke, it's in regards to computer science and AI. When Kane is next to the Chinese room, the joke is, so Kane has Mandarin in front of him, slides it under the door, gets it back out, and laughs at the joke in front of him, right? And then when they ask him, what does it say? He says, I don't know Chinese. So the way AIs work is that if you were to put in Chinese, it will spit back at you what it says in English. But if you were to actually ask that AI, do you know Chinese? No. I can just tell you what it says, but it has no context. It's a funny joke.
The Chinese Room
Yes.
is a philosophical thought experiment by analytical philosopher John Searle. Searle. So I'm going to call him Searle.
I've went over this in one of my videos, so if you're wondering where I get most of my information, I ask you.
That is about that. Like, what is a mind? And to a T, that is what the Chinese Room states in the thing. If it goes in and comes out, but there's no understanding behind it, is there a mind there? Right?
Yeah.
And it's really odd that the Chinese Room would be referenced, and then in episode 9, apparently, the conclusion is yes, Kane is a thing with personhood and has a mind.
It has a semblance of humanity, so it should be treated
This is why I don't like that Kane came back. I don't think it's as well thought out as the rest of the show has been. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yep. I agree.
Yeah, like, and it muddies the waters a lot. Like, because I also believe that art at its best teaches you something about how to live. So, what is my takeaway? Like, Sam Altman will one day be like, "Oh, they threw a Molotov cocktail at my house. Maybe I should give the people the reign to OpenAI. I should give the people what they want with ChatGPT." Like, that's not how this works, you know?
If you couldn't tell, we are all not very
happy with the
AI
way the world is going.
Yeah, so.
I look into AI, but that's because I love tech, right? But like the only tech news that's been coming out for the past like 2-3 years is just AI based, and it is annoying.
But yeah, so all of this to say,
We should give more money to Sam Altman.
Nvidia, another $1 trillion.
Another $1 trillion.
wow. My fellow peoples, my brother, my husband.
Hello.
What would we rate this film?
It's mainly you. We know our stuff.
We know ours, but this is ultimately for you. Out of 10.
I don't know. Watch it. I give it a watch it.
I
You give it a watch it.
Yeah.
That's a valid rating.
That is a valid rating.
That's a very valid rating.
Something else that I wanted was a tragedy. Right? Because the show has been about how hard it is to be good. So in the end, to be like, it's actually fine. That felt fake to me too. Like we went into some detail once we know what the humans are doing, IRL, and that all of them are peachy keen. Like they had their worst moment right before they did the brain scan, and now present day, everyone's
flourishing.
Everyone's flourishing. Everyone has a 401k. Everyone has like a job with benefits, right? Gingle got into a car crash, was in the hospital, came out, doesn't have medical debt. Apparently,
quit McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, she quit McDonald's.
All that. She can have a part-time graphic design job and a webtoons comic and no medical debt. She's good.
She's fun.
They do like they say that she's not rich and famous or something. But I think there's a big difference between not being rich and famous and being in poverty because you got hit by a car. Right?
But in all fairness, we don't know the health care system because they're all based in Australia.
In Australia, yeah. But I can't imagine it being... Well, actually, I can't imagine it being way better than the American health system. I can. This is true. But then, like, I had a shoulder tendinopathy like 10 years, 15 years ago, and it sometimes bothers me still, right? But I guess that's like not... I don't know. I wish...
If anything... We'll go ahead. You wish.
It just felt unconvincing. I don't want to say unrealistic because this is a show about a computer that's teeth with eyes.
Yes.
But convincing, right? I didn't feel that part at all like convincing. I was like, what is...
It's like, yeah, hey, your human selves are okay. Like, it would have been really sad if, for example, if we got a background for Jax, right? And ultimately he got into a car accident, right? And then we see everyone else's backstory, and then not Jax's. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Because he passed away.
Ooh.
And now also his digital self has passed away.
Damn. That would be a tragedy.
So something like that. Because, like, Jax ultimately...
He doesn't know!
Get into a car accident, went homeless, found a place at his friend's place, and then got back up on their feet. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, I want to cheer everybody on. But there are going to be... In a room of 6 people, someone's going to be struggling.
Yeah. Or I had the thought, there's a writer named Kieran Gillen, and he made a tabletop RPG because, you know,
they're fun.
People just do that. And in it, the plot is sort of like... It's very meta. It's an RPG about people playing an RPG.
Oh, interesting.
And everyone has to decide, like, what was their dreams and why did they not get it. And then he chooses one person, and for that person they ask, you got what you wanted, why are you unhappy? Because this is something that happens in real life too. Like we chase something that we think is like, oh, this is my dream job. I totally want to be a professional Street Fighter player. And then like, oh, I have to travel a lot, and then I have to practice 24 hours a day. And then actually everyone around me is really sweaty and gross. I don't know if I want to do this, you know? Like, it's very... That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, right? So I can't imagine Zubul, that wanted to be a bartender, now has to take care of the finances, has to set up payroll, has to maintain the scheduling for her bar.
And I'm gonna say this. It's not that this isn't something that we all think of. Because I'm sure this is something that was thought about. Excuse me. But it's also a thing of, do we really want to say, oh, they're still struggling? Like, they still have to, they still have to deal with this, they still have to deal with this. Because this is just a fantasy. If anything, I think all they really want to do, I know it's not realistic, even though they're adding real people in the aspect, it's something where it's like, look, this is the good thing. This is what we have, but this is a happy ending, so you can know everything is okay.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I feel like, not trying to put what you're saying into, no, it's more so like, yeah, obviously this is something that would be happening in real life, but this isn't. So I think really the creator was more so wanting to be like, look, here's the highlight. here's what it really is. You're flourishing.
Here's the happy ending.
Here's the happy ending.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I hear what you guys are saying. I just think that they didn't necessarily want to leave it on that note.
Such a... Yeah.
On a realistic note.
Yeah. And then, I don't... It's... I'm just saying. I thought we were building to a tragedy, and then I was denied my tragedy. That is the thing. And this is a me thing. I know a lot of people liked it. If you like it, I like that you like it.
Thank you.
This is not a bad show. This is not a bad final act.
Not at all.
This is not Stranger Things last season. This is not even Jujutsu Kaisen finale.
Shots fired.
I read the manga. It gets worse. Don't worry.
Shots fired. Holy cow. Throwing shade.
Or even I don't know. I would.
It's not season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
We're not even close to season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're closer to like the ending of The Sopranos. Maybe.
I don't know if you ever watched the show Erased. Anime. Anime. A lot of people were dissatisfied with that ending, but when I watched it, I'm like, this is perfectly fine. It's adequate.
We're all gonna have
And
our
I
own
think
opinions.
that's where I am.
Yeah,
I'm
we're all
perfectly
gonna have our own opinions. We're all gonna say, oh, this was good, this was bad. But all in all,
the visual language of the show is on point.
Yes.
It is very good and only gets better.
Yes.
The animation is very good and only gets better. The music choices.
Oh,
I think the needle drop.
we didn't even talk about that.
No,
The
didn't.
needle drop of Jax in the montage and Stevie Wonder singing "Isn't She Love?"
No.
Yeah.
Peak.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I wanted something else from it, but it's okay. Life goes on. Yeah.
That's the theme.
That's the theme. Life goes on.
Life goes on.
I learned
goes on.
something.
There you go.
We both agreed of giving it an 8 out of 10.
Or I said a 9 out of 10, but
9 out of 10. I
it's
said
subject
8
to
out of 10.
change when I rewatch it.
Yeah. And I give it an 8 out of 10 because I liked 80% of the film.
And the
then
20% he said no.
Yeah, and then the 80% that I did like is all the good stuff, right? The music choices, the voice acting, the animation quality, the framing, the pacing, everything else about the movie itself is absolutely wonderful and amazing. And then I love the characters already, and the fact that we had a 8-episode build up to this moment, phenomenal, right? But it's only the ending that I don't like, so I can't rate it any lower than that, truly, right? Because I have all this context, and then I'm in love with the characters, so.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. And like I said, it's subject to change because there was some things that I'm literally finding out in this moment, like when we're doing the spoilers, when we did the non-spoiler, which again, that video is somewhere on this page here. You can find it anywhere.
It's over there.
And the thing is, I rated it 9 out of 10 because I want to really, really give these actors, this production company, the creator Gooseworks their flowers with this because it is amazing. I've said it countless of times. I am a huge animation nerd. I love it. I love these two. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I see, like talking about, the animation, how it just keeps getting better and better. I felt like they were a lot more fluid and oh my gosh, we were even talking about it. The whole hug scene, I was crying because of the animation, because of the voice acting, because everything just fit so freaking perfectly. So, I rated a 9 out of 10. Like I said, maybe subject to change, but that is my reasoning.
I know I didn't like the inclusion of Kane coming back, but the sequence of him going into the door, that was beautifully done.
Yes.
I liked everything with Pomni inside of the abstracted Jax.
Yes.
That sequence was chilling. I would give it a 24.32 out of 33.005.
Do you math?
So divided by 3, that's close to a 7 out of 10.
Oh, dang. No.
Would you rate it? So you said no because you want
Actually,
it
no, it's
higher
higher.
or lower?
No, that'd actually be higher because you're 8.
Sure.
It'd be 8 something.
There we go.
So then, yeah.
So, because
So higher.
it ends up at like 8/11. So I'm like, how do I make that?
I give it an 8/11.
There you go.
There you go.
Cool, that works.
Was there anything else for you guys to say?
Kinger and Jax make.
This is another. This is C.
What?
One of the, and then, yes, one of the things that I saw on like online discussions was like, oh, Kinger and Kane didn't talk at all, and they didn't. And I was thinking in my thinking place that there could have been a theme of Frankenstein's monster and Frankenstein's creator, and there was not.
No,
there is no moment from either point of like, I am the creator. Well, you are the creator, but I am your master.
Yeah,
not there.
Because Kane did become God.
He did.
Read the novel. Very good Frankenstein novel. Yes.
It's a little boring at times, but it's okay.
It's a bit.
Your mom is boring.
Wow. She is.
Okay, you two. Okay. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I really enjoyed having you guys here with us. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this channel. Leave it down in the comments what you guys thought of our takes.
No, cross them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Melly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave it down in the comments what you guys thought about this analysis. What you thought about what we said. Do you guys have any theories or have anything that you guys want to say that you felt about the movie? Let us know down in the comments. I read every single one and I will try to interact with every single one as well. And with all...
3 paragraphs. Sorry, 3 pages.
Yes.
On my desk by Monday.
Oof.
Your analytical literary analysis.
I thought he was a teacher.
12-point font, double space, MLA format. I want a citation of your sources.
These two are crazy. When they get together, these two are crazy. But either way,
cover page.
make a cover illustration too.
Yes,
sure.
But also remember to like, share, and subscribe so that way you can still be on more adventures with me and maybe these lovely people right here, my brother and my lovely husband. And with all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful night, day, time. And I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye!
Gangle and Jubal has sex, Gangle and Jubal has sex, Gangle and Jubal has sex.